It's here. A new Nas album is actually here. Like, this isn't just like I'm not just sitting here looking at, oh, freaking new Logic or new Drake. No, this is Nas. Okay, let me explain it like this. I'm probably everybody who's gonna watch this video is gonna be a Nas fan, considering how many people saw my Ultra Black reaction. But I want to address a couple things before going into this. Number one is that I am going to not catch every theme. So if I pause the album for something that's very obvious, it's not because like I'm dumb and I'm never going to catch the themes. I just generally I will catch these themes better if once I listen to this album on my own, in my own bed, on my own time, I don't want to use beats for this because I want you guys to hear what I'm listening to. But I do have, I usually listen to albums on beats, which are great production and great sound, so I can hear the album very well. So I'm going to listen to this right after, maybe tomorrow. I will listen to this album because I highly doubt Detroit 2 dropped. People were rumoring that. I heard it was supposed to drop in September. Hype for that, by the way. I'm excited for a new Big Sean. But also, actually, in terms of Big Sean, he's on this. Yeah, he is with Don Toliver on that track. But the thing that's more exciting about this than, let's say, if I was doing a Nasir reaction, which if I was a critic at the time, I would have been hugely hyped for that, because that's just the first Nas project to have been released in 6 years. But this is 38 minutes, so it's not like an extensive album. I feel like Nas has obviously spent a lot of time on this. We've been hearing about this album since January, and I'm pretty sure he's been spending a lot of time on this. And just, how could anyone deny how talented Nas is? Like, this man is easily one of the greatest to ever do it, possibly the greatest. I do want to address that, by the way. On my Ultra Black reaction, I said I felt Eminem was the greatest of all time, Nas coming in second. Other artists that dropped today, Jay-Z would be my third. The reason why I always put Eminem on my number one is because it's not just like, oh, he's the first I ever heard, oh, it's whatever. No, it's like, I heard Eminem on the radio once, and I didn't care about rap. I knew nothing about it. And I heard the real Slim Shady on the radio, and I fell in love with it instantly. And just generally speaking, every Eminem album, besides the newer ones, I have some level of nostalgia for and some level of connection to. A connection that maybe in 10 years I'll have with Nas, but right now I don't have with Nas. I've known Eminem far longer, and generally speaking, if you were to give me 50 Eminem songs, I could possibly rap every lyric on, most of his great songs. I know every lyric on. That is not the case with Nas. I probably could do NY State of Mind. I probably do Nas is Like, but other than those, I really couldn't do it. But going back to how great Nas actually is, going into what I actually think this will be, judging by the single Ultra Black, I don't think Nas is trying too hard in this, which is good. I don't think Nas is one who's going to try and do Illmatic Part 2 or anything extravagant like that. I think this is what I think I will get. I think I'll get better than Nasir, because this obviously has been a lot more time into this. Nas is a fantastic artist, and the last two albums weren't great or that good because both of them were very rushed. Lost Tapes 2 wasn't even really a planned album. It was just kind of thrown together in 1 week. But King's Disease has a great cover, by the way. That cover art is beautiful, and I really do enjoy the single Ultra Black. I do want to point out, yes, what is the lyric he says? Oh, to me, we're all black. I'm sorry I didn't catch that. I understand what he means now. He means we all came from Africa, meaning to him, we're all black. I like that lyric. That's a great bar. And I also like the Doja Cat diss. That diss gets better. That was a great track. I enjoy it more in every listen. I still don't love it, but I do think it's a pretty damn great track. And I'm excited for this. I'm excited to hear what he has to offer on this. I don't know if he'll have anything new to say. I don't know if this will be like his 444. I highly doubt that. But actually, it isn't out of the ballpark. It really does range to around 38 minutes long, 13 tracks. This album's been out for 20 minutes now. I can't wait. Am I actually about to click a button that will let me hear the next Nas album? This is just exciting for me. This is the first time I've ever been around and been into hip hop where I've actually sat here and been oh my god, I'm about to play Nas. And if Pharrell and Jay-Z, if that gets an album, if Jay-Z drops a new album this year, and if Kendrick and Jay-Z drop, and if Kanye decides to come through with Donda, all 5 of my favorite rappers will have dropped this year, which would be amazing. But every single old head right now is freaking out because Nas is back. Okay. And I will say this is not my official review of the album. At the end of this video, I will not give a rating, because I probably won't be able to really give it a rating. I'll be able to give my overall thoughts on this, but I would like to give a full review on this in a couple days, give it 3 or 4 more listens, and then see, okay, do I think this is great? What do I feel on this? Because generally speaking, in this environment, I'm not going to absorb it best. And I will also say that, now I don't remember what I was going to say. Whatever. Point is that I'm not going to catch every theme. This isn't going to be the best analysis of the album, which is why I will give you guys a full album review. Every single time I do reactions like this, I'll do full album reviews for them. King's Disease, Nas. We have 13 tracks here. Feature-wise, I like it. Charlie Wilson, I thought Hit Boy was producer for the entire thing. Turns out it's not. I'm okay with that. Big Sean, Don Toliver, those are both features I didn't expect him to do, but I'm happy about them. Lil Durk, I don't know how excited I am really for that feature. Anderson .Paak, I love Anderson .Paak. I can't wait to hear him. Brucie B, I'm okay with that. And then we have, this is the feature I'm most excited about. The Firm, AZ, and Foxy Brown. For any Nas fan, that's an exciting feature. And then we ended off with Fivio and ASAP Ferg. So, let's get it rolling. King's Disease, track number 1. It's the title's King's Disease. Let's go.
Play with no rap in my playlist. So dimes on my day shift. So can I breathe? Can I walk? Can I speak? Can I talk? Can I floss without you wanting me outline and chalk? Rap is weird flex, but okay. You ain't as ill as you think. You just
weird flex, but okay. Okay, track number 1, King's Disease. That was very short, minute and 50 seconds. I really liked that. That was actually, I don't know if I like that more than Ultra Black or not. I love Ultra Black, but I feel like I might like that a little bit more. I think these tracks might be a little bit shorter. That was a great way for him to open up the album. I like the way he spoke about the modern state of hip-hop, because he hasn't done that quite yet. 2012 wasn't really modern state of hip-hop at all. But I like the way he did that. I like the way he delivered all his bars. He sounded a little more emotional, a little more raw on that cut. I'm liking this. I think he's doing his thing. I don't think he's trying to make the next big thing. I think he's just trying to do what Nas the frick, 64 new interactions. Okay, never mind. I think he's just trying to do what he does best, and I love that a lot. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not frick. Okay. Next we have track number 2, Blue Benz, which is also very short, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. But let's go. Okay, he's following the more boom bap production like that we heard on Ultra Black.
At me wrong, my chain on, try to book me, you gone.
Ooh.
Italian leathers, couple bottles of
This is like darker than the last one. Ooh, I like this a lot, actually. It's not just the beat, it's his delivery. It's so good. Blue Benz. Absolutely loved that. That was great. That was what I want this to be. He felt like I feel like he wanted to be there. Like, I didn't feel like he was rushing this. Feels like he wanted to talk about what he talked about on there. Talking about, like I said, I don't pick up all the themes on an album first play, but him talking about certain things with the IRS, taking pieces of money out, things like that. It's great. And I think I almost want to say I might have a little bit of a bias, because I'm like thinking about comparing this to the other albums I've heard this year, and I'm like, I might like this a lot more simply because of just how much I just love Nas's vocals. He has some of the best vocals in the game. It's because it's like he has a kind of darker voice, but it's not like gruff where he could only do gruff tracks. It's not like Pop Smoke or something like that. It's like he could do anything he wants, but he still has a darker voice. Love that. That was probably a little bit more darker sounding than anything on what was Nasir. Now we got love that, by the way. Track number 3. Car 85, this one's an actual song length, and I think next is Ultra Black, which I might skip, but I don't know, because I've already heard it. Let's go, Car 85. Oh, I want to hear Charlie Wilson on this. I've never heard this guy, actually. This is so much better than, like, other artists, like, old artists making an album. It's so much better. This is similar to Ultra Black in the sense that it's a little more emotional, but it's still kind of upbeat and happy. Okay, so here's what I'll say. I do somewhat struggle to find why it's really about Car 85. I will learn that upon more listens. Just saying, this is not my final opinion. I don't know exactly why he's talking about Car 85, though. But great track, had a little bit more emotional sting to it. Wasn't as dark as Blue Benz, but still had a little bit more of an emotional sting to it. had great vocal samples in the back. I'm still not sure if Nas was rapping where I thought Charlie Wilson was rapping. He just got not as good for a couple seconds because that guy just didn't sound. It sounded kind of like Nas, but just a little worse. I don't know. Overall, I think of the 3 tracks, that might be my least favorite, but not by like a bunch. I think Blue Ben's still my favorite. But yeah, those far I really enjoy this. Track number 4, we have Ultra Black. I might actually play this just for the content of the album, but I don't know if I'll show you really guys my reaction to it because you guys can already see that on my channel. So, seeing what else we have next on this. Okay. Alright, I know I'm that one. Okay, I'm going to play Ultra Black because I thought Hit Boy was the producer for this whole thing. Maybe he is. I bet you he actually is, and I'm just being dumb right now, but it says featuring Hit Boy. So I don't think this is just like a one-time thing, but who knows. Or I think this is a one-time thing, actually. I don't think he produced the entire album. But the production on the past few tracks does sound identical to Ultra Black's production. So, yeah, I'm going to give this another listen and see if I think it's better. Maybe I'll show you guys a reaction point or not. But let's go. Track number 4, Ultra Black.
No matter your race, to me we all are black.
There's the lyric, the one I missed.
We going Ultra Black.
Okay, thoughts on the 4th track, Ultra Black. Already talked about it a bit. I do like it, definitely. I did realize upon that listen that I do not like the first verse nearly as much as I like the second. I feel like even not only just thematically but vocally, he just feel like he kind of ran out of what he wanted to say. Not even wrong, great track, so really enjoy it. But I think overall I think overall this might be my least favorite on the album thus far. Not that this is bad at all. It's just the other tracks I don't have many flaws with. This one I do have a couple with. I still enjoy it though. Maybe it shouldn't have been the single though. Maybe they could have made something better. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I have to say this though. Really like this album though thus far. This is reminding me of Under Pressure and why that is one of the best albums I think I've heard all year. Frick, this is why Under Pressure, RTJ4, Alfredo, and I don't even remember what number. Oh, Circles. But those are my 4 favorite albums of the year because those are the artists doing that. I guess Circles was a posthumous release entirely, but I really feel like No Pressure, because I draw the comparison first, so I'll go with that. No Pressure works so well because it was Logic being Logic, not trying to be successful, just trying to give a nice tribute to his fans and being himself. And this sounds very similar to that. Not only just from the same style of production, I think generally on a thematic scale, this sounds incredibly like those projects. And I'm happy about that. I think he's doing great thus far. I think Nas is giving us something that feels more useful and more purposeful than Nasir did. Nasir, I felt like the problem with that was just that it didn't really feel like it had a direction. This is like it has a direction. Let Nas spend 38 minutes talking about what he feels about the world. Exactly what Jay-Z did on 444. So yeah, maybe I'll like this less on listens and reading reviews. Maybe I'll like it more, but I don't know. Thus far, quite enjoying this. Track number 5, 27 Summers. I'm very interested to hear why this is titled that. But it's really short, so let's go. Ooh, wow, I could not expect that sound. That bass, though. Okay, that was Nas letting himself brag for a minute and 40 seconds, and I know I said earlier wasn't loving it. I think I love that track. That was Nas just telling everyone how much he loves himself, and I enjoyed it for that. Well, I do have to agree that maybe it is a little short, and maybe it isn't as poignant as Car 85 and Ultra Black and Blue Benz are. It's still a track where I feel like he kind of had more fun on that than anything else. Him basically rapping about him being rich, and then him saying, bitch, so I kind of enjoyed it for that. Next, we have the track on song I'm very excited for. What is the title? I'm using Spotify, so what's the title? Scroll. It's Replace Me. Okay, I know that title. With Big Sean and Don Toliver. Big Sean's a rapper I think that is very overhated, and Don Toliver is a singer whom I think is great. So I'm actually really excited to hear this. It's not even 3 minutes, but let's give it a shot. Replace Me. Let's go. Don't replace me. I like myself, but this song is how it replace me. Let's go. So this is all produced by Hit Boy. For some reason, Ultra Black just only is the track that says Hit Boy. Okay. Hearing an auto-tune voice is something I'm not familiar with on a Nas album. I don't hate it, but this is definitely more hit sense. I so enjoy it though. Don works very well with Nas.
Got a lot of power, you know I'm good at reading you. I spent like 10,000 hours. I must have bought you 10,000 flowers. Let's go.
I got that New York walk.
Hearing Big Sean say "Let's go," that's weird, honestly. That's not like cool, it's just weird. Replace me, sorry. How do I feel about this? This is what I like about the track, okay? I do like this track, I think it's fun. But here's what I did like. I thought Nas worked great over the beat. I think his all production with Hit Boy works beautifully with his beat. And I thought Don Toliver's hook worked really well. Big Sean's the part of this that I think feel like weighted down a bit. I feel like his verse wasn't really like necessary. I like Big Sean, but him being on a track with Nas, his talents just, I don't really feel like he really thought about what he's going with here. Because Nas kills his verse because he's Nas, but like Big Sean just, he gave a lot of fun verses. He has some fun lines on that, but it was just generally speaking, I think it's the fact if this was its own song, oh my god, everybody's freaking talking about this album on my Twitter. It's like I keep reading tweets about it, but whatever. I feel like if, let's say, he did Big Sean, I don't feel like Big Sean should have been the feature here because I feel like his skill is just so much lower, and I mean just in every way lower than Nas. So I don't really feel like the two really went head and head too well. Stupid computer. Point is that I do like Big Sean. I do like to hear him on tracks, but just this ended up being like a no favors where Big Sean killed it and then Eminem did better. It was like Nas killed it and then Big Sean just did okay. So the only track this here that I don't like feel pretty overwhelmingly positive on. Still enjoyed it though. Track number, I don't know where we're on right now. Wait, hold up. Track number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Track number 7. Till the War is Won. With Lil Durk. This is one I've been very, very, very cautious about. Because I don't see... Last week, Lil Durk was on a Drake song, and he was way worse than Drake. And now he's on a Nas song, and let me say it like this. Nas is better than Drake in every way. Like, every way. So if Lil Durk is worse than Drake, and then Nas is better than Drake... like way better, this is going to be a huge contrast in quality, which I might have the same problem with this that I did with the last track. But I'll still go into this. I love the title. I love the title Till the War is Won. But, well, I'll give it a chance, definitely. It's a little bit longer, so I feel like there's going to be a lot more content in it. Let's go. Till the War is Won, Nas featuring Lil Durk. It's going to be a little more mellow? Okay. I'm fine with that, but...
Hold your head up, don't
Wow,
take
it's
that shit.
far more emotional than I thought it'd be.
2020 flows, everything getting exposed.
Complaining about my ring, but I know my mama got it. She told me to be a man and never seek to grow. University of the streets, they plan on going to college.
Fam, why are you here? Why are you here? Dang it. You know what? That annoyed me. Because I loved, and I mean this was the best track on this entire album, easily, with that first Nas verse and hook in the beat. He killed it. It was amazing. Like, possibly one of the best tracks Nas has done in years. And then he put Lil Durk on it. Why did you choose your, like, emotional song to have a Lil Durk? Of anyone. You could have put, like, you're Nas. Who doesn't want to feature with you? You could have put, like, anybody else in this spot and it would have made more sense and felt better. It just annoys me because it was so amazing. And Lil Durk just doesn't work. You know, I can listen to it. I can still love the Nas part of this and just skip when Lil Durk comes on. That's what I've been doing with Laugh Now, Cry Later because I've enjoyed that song a little bit more on a couple listens. But dang it, Nas, you had a great song and then you thought, you know what? Lil Durk, that's the guy I wanted. And maybe he wants to collaborate with more auto-tune trappers. I don't know why he wants to do that, but okay. He literally made an album called Hip Hop is Dead when hip hop started being auto-tuned. So, whatever. Next we got track number... I'm not counting them anymore. Let me just count them up real quickly. 4, 5, 6. Track number... I guess 8. Wait, yeah, track number 8. All Bad with Anderson .Paak. I'm expecting nothing but great on this. Anderson .Paak, love the dude. Amazing artist. Love everything he's done. And I love Nas already. So I'm expecting to really enjoy this. All Bad with Anderson .Paak. Let's go.
It was all good till it went bad.
Anderson .Paak in there, killing it, man. Killing it.
Morning, good night. Now she leave me on red. I'm disappointed.
Leave me
It's
on
different
red.
shit you
You're like in
want.
your
You can
50s,
lie
man.
for a minute.
Surprised Anderson got an entire verse, but I'm happy with it. All Bad with Anderson .Paak. Really enjoyed that. I thought Nas gave 2 great verses on this. I'm wondering if this is dedicated to his ex-wife, because I know he spent a lot. I would think he wouldn't do it because he spent like a lot of Life Is Good talking about that, so it's not really a new theme for him to do. This would basically just, you know what, the more I think about this more, I kind of realize that this is somewhat of Bye Baby 2. It's somewhat like that. If this is dedicated to his ex, if it's not, it could be dedicated to some other woman. I like the You Leave Me on Red bar because, well, here's actually one thing I realized when this is Nas has a way of crafting lyrics, because I've been listening to modern rappers usually. I have a schedule, I've posted this maybe a couple times on Twitter, where I listen to albums all day, and then every day I listen to one classic album from an artist. Right now I'm working on Wu-Tang Clan. Yes, all 67 solo Wu-Tang Clan albums, every single one I'm going to go through. But here's what I've realized is that usually I'm listening to not great rappers, but Nas has such a way with delivering lyrics where it's not like he's blatantly saying what he's thinking. He's like, it's layered. There's a lot more themes. There's a lot more layers to this. I'm going on to, I've been recording for 40 minutes now, so longer than the length of the album, but it's not going to be, the video's not going to be 40 minutes at all. Really enjoyed that though. I think in a lot of ways though, that was somewhat of a Bye Baby 2. Then again, Bye Baby came out 8 years ago, so it's not like that was like the last album or anything. And I do have to admit, Anderson .Paak killed it. I don't know how much I loved his middle verse though. I don't know how much the verse was loved, but his hook and his ad-libs at the end were great, so I'm still loving that Anderson .Paak feature. Track number, so I have to count this every time. And I just closed the album, and it's going to take whatever. Track number blah, I don't know what it is. It's one of the tracks. Pretty sure we're on to... Oh, are we on track number 10 now? I'm sorry, we're on to another track, okay? It's The Definition with Brucie B. 2 minutes long, let's go. Ooh. That beat is going hand in hand, Nas on it. So my man Brucie B did nothing. I loved Nas's verse though, so it's not too bad. Nas went for 1 minute and 17 seconds, killing every bar. And I love the way, this was I think the first track he's really went on. Ooh, we got the Firm track, I just can't wait. This is the first time I think he's really went on and on, or he's really talked about racism. I mean, he did talk about it on Ultra Black, but that was more in a celebratory tone. This is more on what actually happened earlier this summer with the whole George Floyd incident. And I like that he's doing it. I expected him to do that. I feel like every single great album has really been referencing that to some extent. Not like, pressure or things like that, but if Nas has been so outspoken about racism that I did not go into this thinking he'll never mention the racism in America. Like, it's Nas. That's what he does. I'm happy he does it because he talks about it. A lot of rappers, my example's always been Lil Baby, will talk about racism and they'll do it in such a bland way. I'm happy you're talking about racism. Yes, show support for Black Lives Matter, but if you're just doing it to do it, it's not really worth it. If you're doing it because you actually want to say it, then do it. I don't feel like Lil Baby really did that with the bigger picture. I don't like Lil Baby anyway, but Nas feels like he wants to do this, and he actually knows what he's talking about here. He's been around since 1994, and not like as a human being, he's like middle aged, like he's like in his 50s, and like in terms of in rap game, he's been in here since 94, so he knows what he's talking about better than anyone else. This is the first track where I feel like the feature, I feel like maybe Anderson .Paak could go, but this is the first time with the feature I feel like these rappers could go toe-to-toe with Nas. I don't think I've heard an AZ verse since has he not been on a Nas album since Stillmatic? With the Flyest track? I think the last time he did it was with, I'm not going to research it right now, but pretty sure the last time we got a Nas and AZ on it together track was the Flyest. And they own Life's a Bitch. Trust me, AZ's verse on that song is one of the best in the history of hip-hop. So we got Full Circle with The Firm, AZ, Foxy Brown, and Cormega. Was Cormega Firm? I haven't heard The Firm in a long time, but just cool to hear these guys. And knows it means something because Nas would have done this years ago if he really had if he was just like, oh, I should make a song with all them, there'd be more of a reason. I thought this group split up, and he disses Foxy on, he blatantly disses Foxy on Ether. So I don't know. Okay, sorry if the camera angle changed. I'm happy with this camera angle though. Next track. I think we're looking on to track number, let me go to the album. Track number, this is 9. Wait, is this 9? 9, 10, 11, 12? Oh, it's track number 10. Okay, track number 10, Full Circle with the Firm. Let's go. I didn't realize how much this reminds me of Typical Butterfly. This specifically, actually. Oh, I hear AZ there.
Shorty was cornered, no worries for the naughty, it was high performance, so was it really the games that I
You was very great.
Wow, she sounds older. I like it though.
You know what the fuck this is?
Why does Cormega get the outro? Why? Full Circle with the Firm. I really like that. That's actually one of the best to come off of this album thus far. I think Nas did a great opening verse. Thought he gave a great style, great flow. AZ though, man, AZ did great. He killed it. It wasn't Illmatic good, no, but damn, he had flow on point. He had lyrics on point. He was in it. He was ready. Foxy Brown did great too. I don't think I'm really gonna care much for Cormega's verse in the future. It was okay, but he's the least forgettable. He's just the most forgettable member of this group. Foxy kills it though. Loved her final verse. Yeah, this is the first time I think these guys are working together since that Firm album, so it's kind of a big deal actually that these guys all made a song together. But it feels kind of like a family reunion. Like I highly doubt we'll ever hear another Firm track, but I'm happy this happened, and I think it's a great track. Now we're coming more to the end now. We have 3 more tracks. We got 10 Points, The Cure, and Spicy. Track number, I guess track number 11, 10 points. Let's go.
Get a lawyer, read your contract, and eat food. I started saying Peace King on my song The Flyers, and after that it took off like fire. Peace King.
Wait. When did he say Peace King for the first time? So clearly I missed this one actually hearing the song The Flyest. Yes, the song literally opens up with him and AZ blatantly saying Peace King. No idea how I forgot about that. The Flyest isn't actually the best track off of Stillmatic, if I'm being totally honest. That was one of the best tracks thus far. Flow on point, subject on point. What Nas is doing great here with is none of the tracks feel like they're there for no reason. They all feel like they're there for a reason. This is the most I've enjoyed a Nas album since at least Life is Good. If not, probably, like, is this the best Nas album since God's Son? I don't know. Well, we'll see when we get to more tracks in here. But we got, these tracks are getting longer as they end. I'm okay with that. Next we got track number, pretty sure this is track number 12. Second to last track, The Cure. He obviously wants to say something else. He obviously has some theme on this because it's titled The Cure. Maybe he doesn't. I just assume he does. Love that. I keep seeing the cover art. It's so beautiful. Though. Great cover art. Okay? Go.
I'm
tired as hell. I'm sorry. It's like 11. 11 it isn't that late.
What these kings have in common, they had women who solid. Malcolm needed Betty. I met some queens who wasn't ready. They envied
That's true, actually.
The credits.
Oh, technically this is the final track on the album because the next track's a bonus track. The Cure, what is technically the conclusion of the album, in the sense that the next track's a bonus track. I feel like as a conclusion, this was great. It had a beat switch in the middle that I really liked. I liked the themes he rapped about. Felt like he gave a lot of really great insight on just general humanity. It shows why Nas is, generally speaking, in hip-hop pretty wise. He's pretty intelligent and knows what he's talking about. And this is giving me nostalgia, honestly, just because of how much I love other Nas albums, just hearing that voice again. Yeah, really liked that, though. It was a great track. Might actually be my favorite. I'm not quite sure what my favorite on this thus far is. I will probably listen to this right after once I finish recording. Actually, I need to edit this first. But, yeah, that was a great track. It's the longest probably on the album. And I thought it worked for that. I felt like he had enough to say on that. Now we have the final track, track number 13. One more track left on this entire project. I forgot what the name is. Oh, it's Spicy. I think this is going to be more of a party track, and I am okay with that. It could be the worst, honestly, because I don't know how much I've always loved Party Nas. Tell me one great Party Nas song. Like, all of his songs, I guess, could be party, but, like, I mean, like, in his top 10 best, are any of those songs, like, fun party tracks? I don't really think he's really great at doing that. It's not like he's bad. He can do whatever he wants, but usually he's best at rapping about themes or rapping about social issues or rapping about how great he is. or just giving great flows and lyrics. That's why Nas. That's why I'd argue his 3 best songs. Actually, his 4 best songs I'd argue would be Nas's Like, The World Is Yours, One Mic, and NY State of Mind. Those are my 4 favorite songs from him. One more track off this album, Spicy. Let's go.
Spicy.
This man is so underrated. People hate him for no reason. Oh, that was foreign. This is Ferg. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay. I wonder what's going to play. Just want to hear what Nas song is going to play. Oh, they picked a good one. Okay, I don't want to play it. I love that song. It's one of the best. That's King's Disease. Oh, I want to talk first about Spicy. I really enjoyed that. It was fun. It was spicy. It wasn't the best. I think the verses on it were fun and great. It wasn't as party track as I thought it'd be. I'm okay with that. I like that more as just a more lyrical song. But talking about King's Disease, overall, I'm feeling that this is possibly the best thing Nas has done in maybe like 18 years. Let's think about this. Okay, it's better than Nasir. Why is it better than Nasir? Because there are far more tracks I'm going to revisit on this. I didn't really find a track on this I didn't like. There were elements of tracks I didn't like, but I didn't have a track that I really fully won't download and replay. There are good 3 tracks off of 7 songs that I don't love off of Nasir. I just enjoy that as an album. I don't love all the tracks though. Then we have, I'm forgetting what it is. Prior to that, or we also had Lost Tapes 2, which is just a compilation, it's just a mess. It's just like tracks that don't really fit together, attempting to fit together, and it really is just a mess, honestly. I don't care for that album. Then we have Life is Good, which is 2012. I like that album a lot, but I definitely do recognize that don't think really many of those songs are ones I revisit often. I revisit Roses, Nasty, Daughters often, sometimes. I don't really revisit The Dawn often. To be honest, I don't even really revisit Daughters very often. It's mostly just Nasty. But I'm not gonna give my opinion on the Damian Marley album or whatever that was, because I don't really have much on that. It's not even really a Nas album, it's just a Nas collaboration. But then we had Untitled, which was fun. I liked Untitled a lot. I liked the themes it did. I thought it was a good album. I liked I Am too. That's not the next one. Whoa, no, I Am is way earlier. It's next is frick. Oh, it's Hip Hop Is Dead, which I thought was just okay. Then we had Streets Disciple, one of his worst, didn't care for it. Then God's Son. I don't think it's better than God's Son, but this was great. This was Nas, I feel like, not trying to do let me prove to the world why they should love me and why I should be one of the greatest. Because I don't think Nas really cares anymore if he's top number 1 and on the charts. I don't think he really cares about that. I think what he cares about is giving us, like, his fans and everybody a goddamn great album. And that's why this works. In a lot of ways, I feel like this was Nas's 444. This was his album where he had themes he actually wanted to talk about. Like, it didn't feel rushed. It felt like he was thinking, I want to talk about this idea, I want to talk about racism, sexism, money problems. It's a great album, and while I don't think it's nearly as good as 444, I feel like in Nas's discography, this is that album. His flows were fantastic across it. The beats from Hit Boy were great. Thought his production, I have to credit that production. This would not be nearly as good without Hit Boy's production. Feature-wise, I wasn't in love with this. I still didn't love Big Sean and Lil Durk. But I thought everybody else, Don Toliver, Anderson .Paak, and The Firm works pretty well with this. I thought the bonus track on Fivio and A$AP Ferg works really well with this. It's an album that, while it doesn't have maybe some of Nas's greatest tracks of all time, it's an album I feel like I could listen to a lot. It's only 38 minutes. It feels pretty quick, pretty brief, pretty to the point, and it works in that sense. I might enjoy it less upon more listens. I might enjoy more. I'll give you guys a full album review in a couple days. But overall, I don't know, I'm not going to give us a rating, but I'm feeling very positive on this. This was really great. I'm happy that Nas came through and gave us a great album here. How are you guys feeling on King's Disease? Do you guys disagree with me? Maybe you should, just saying this, if you do, please subscribe so then when the actual video drops, you get to see it, so that you can hear my final opinions on this. But yeah, what do you guys think of King's Disease? Let me know in the comment section below. I have been recording for 1 hour and 9 minutes, and I am tired, and I want to sleep, but I probably have to edit. Oh well, see you guys next time. Bye. I don't know what I should probably tell you guys what I'm doing next. Next will be a review. Next will be a full analysis of this. Then I'll be doing a ranking of all 14 Nas albums. Excited to do that. Then I'll be doing a I'll be probably next doing. No, sorry, I'm saying tomorrow before the album review comes out, I'll react to Jay-Z and Travis Scott. Singles I'm very excited for. Yeah. See you guys next time. But other than those two things, see you guys next time. Bye. This is the first album reaction. I'll do more when the album is something I'm actually really excited for. Bye.